Hello, my name is Jamie Adam, and I teach nursing at Belmont University. Today I want to discuss with you some of the basic concepts of the flipped classroom. The objectives of this brief PowerPoint is to identify appropriate rationale to support a flipped learning environment and to identify the three main components of a flipped classroom, and also identify potential student and faculty challenges in implementing this approach. There are many ways that a flipped classroom can impact learning. Students tend to be better prepared for class. Students are able to learn at their own pace. Class time can be spent on areas where students struggle. And class discussions can reach a deeper level of critical thinking. Class time tends to be dynamic, and students are more engaged in class discussions instead of a passive environment that occurs sometimes when students are sitting and listening or watching a PowerPoint. And also, various learning style needs can be addressed. An active learning environment allows for many types of learners to be satisfied. And learning retention is increased by multiple exposures to the course material in different ways. The components of a flipped class include three main parts: pre-class preparation activities, an assessment of student understanding prior to class, and class time for application and synthesis activities. Pre-class preparation might include a video lecture, such as this, or a podcast, a case study that students may work on before coming to class, a quiz, an online quiz, an online module of some kind, maybe an essay or a written work. And some faculty use note-taking, where students will watch a lecture or they'll read an assigned reading, take notes, and submit those before coming to class. Assessment of student understanding can happen in a variety of ways. It might be a written assignment that the students write. It might be through the use of a case study. It might be completing a worksheet or some other assignment that the faculty creates, maybe a table or a chart or a concept map or some kind of assignment. It may be through a quiz online before class. It may be as a quiz at the beginning of class. It may be through the use of technology such as clicker questions or audience response systems. This allows class time for application and synthesis. Faculty can guide students in discussion questions over course concepts and content concepts. It may be through by using a case study in class. It may be practicing NCLEX questions in class or deconstructing NCLEX questions and studying rationales of why A is right and B, C, and D are wrong. It may be through the use of debate or role play, group projects, concept mapping, group presentations. The potential for student challenges might include that this is a new learning strategy for many students. This is not what they may expect from their class. They may be used to coming and listening and sitting down and taking notes and watching a PowerPoint. So asking students to do preparation activities outside of class and then to participate in class is new to them, and that can be stressful. There's a perception that a class in the flipped class model will increase their workload, will take more time, and they'll spend more time preparing for class, and that higher expectations will be there for them to be prepared. They may be called on, they may have to perform a role play or be part of some group project that requires that they be prepared in the material. This is considered student-driven class time, and this can be uncomfortable for students. Potential faculty challenges might include that this is a new teaching strategy. This is not how many faculty approach classes. PowerPoint may be a methodology that is being used, and to divert from that may be stressful. There's a perception of increased workload, more time and work spent on preparing pre-class activities and also in-class activities. Higher expectations to be prepared. There's a comfort in presenting PowerPoint slides. Getting away from that and applying and synthesizing information means that faculty have to have a extensive grasp on the content that they are sharing. There may be a fear of technology, though this is less common than what we might think. Many faculty are comfortable using the technology that would be needed for a flipped classroom. And sometimes there's a fear of student response. What if the activity doesn't go well? What if the students don't like the flipped classroom? There's a risk to the faculty by trying something new. If you look at student versus faculty concerns, you see many of the same challenges. And that's because students and faculty are very similar in the way that we have learned the same way that most of our students have learned in school, and we are used to that. And trying new things can be difficult and can be challenging and can be risky. And there is a likelihood that more work will be spent, especially up front in preparation. But the gains can be tremendous. And really, our whole goal is that we would teach students how to think critically and that we would prepare them for the profession of nursing. And these are ways that studies have found that we can encourage that. Before we meet next week, I want to encourage you to answer the following questions. What parts of the flipped classroom are you implementing in your courses? What successes are you having with this approach? What are your greatest challenges? What information do you need to implement or improve your flipped classroom? I've put these questions in a survey on SurveyMonkey for you to answer. I've put the link here and I'll also email that to you. If you will complete that before you come, that will help give me an assessment of where you're at and what areas that you need most help with. I want to leave you with these thoughts to consider. This quote is from Saul Kahn from Khan Academy. He has created thousands of instructional videos to help students of all ages learn for free. And he said this recently. 10 years from today, students will be learning at their own pace. The classroom will be a place for active interaction, not passive listening or daydreaming. The role of the teacher will be that of a mentor or coach as opposed to a lecturer, test writer, and grader. The institutions that remain relevant will be those that leverage this paradigm, not fight it. Those are certainly some thoughts that we want to consider and some wisdom that we want to heed. I look forward to meeting you next week, and if you have any questions in the meantime, you can contact me at jamie.adam@belmont.edu. Thank you.